Yes, Rise Chicken. Hey, Belmont. Hello, everyone. We're doing all right. Hello. Just gotta. I didn't clean anything since the last time I streamed, so everything's gross. That's right. If you didn't know, I had COVID. Well, I have COVID, I guess, still, technically. But earlier in the week, it was just brutal. Like Wednesday or something, I had a fever. Just not fun. But that's right. We're all right now. Well, I'm feeling better, I guess I should say. We're back at it. Hey, Obi-Wan. All right, so anything fun to talk about? So we're gonna take it easy tonight. I don't think it's gonna take us much longer to finish the wiring on the GBA HD. But then I'm just gonna talk about things and I don't know, talk about stuff and things. But I figured that we could probably get the case or the GameBoy, the GBA out of the way. Not out of the way, but you know what I mean. Finalized, because I'm excited to have it all in this nice case here. I have to say that I do really enjoy. Well, it's not perfect. It's not a DSLR or a mirrorless camera. My iPhone. But it is much better than my last phone as far as like autofocus is really good. It is a little bit sharper, even though they're both 1080p. They both were 1080p cameras, so I don't know. I'm excited about that. All right, so let's just get into. I got to pull up the instructions. I hope that there's instructions left. I think there is. Yes, there is. Okay, good. Okay, so last time we got here, basically we tested it and it works, which is good. The only interesting thing, actually, I'm not sure if we necessarily need it then, is I didn't put the SD card thing in. I'm not sure if it needs it to run, but yeah, didn't do that. But we'll put it in, I guess, when we assemble it. All right, so let's scroll down. I don't think we have any issues to debug, so that's pretty good. So we've pretty much fully verified everything. The only thing I'm not sure if this GBA HD supports, which I know the ManCloud Shield is supposed to support Bluetooth controllers directly from the whatever the C board, the Spartan Edge accelerator board, but I don't know if this supports that, so I don't know. All right, back to this. All right, so we're gonna skip that. Okay, so it says remove the power switch from the Spartan Edge board. Oh, now it says the easiest way is to use flat flush cutters. Hey, remember when we soldered it on, only to have to desolder it again? But that's all right. All right, so I'm gonna heat my soldering iron up. That's pretty funny. All right, so it's talking about this little switch guy here. So we're gonna wait and we're gonna solder it in. Do not forget the bridge. Interesting. Okay, so I thought I had an understanding of what we were supposed to be doing with this wiring. Oh, you guys are not even seeing it. Here we go. All right, so let's do the thing first. Sorry, I'm all out of sorts here. Brain fog is real. In addition to my normal brain fog, I suppose I should say. All right, so we're taking off this thing. This switch. Hey, Belmont. Hawk 2. All right, so that's gone. All right, good. So we're left with this. Hey, Cloud and Tifa 2000. Yeah, Belma, I'm mostly feeling better. I said in the beginning that I'm feeling better, but just, yeah, I think I must still have it. But I'm mostly all right. Just kind of like, I just feel tired and like lethargic, like brain foggy. So yeah, we're handling it. All right, so I thought I knew what we were gonna have to do with this. However, I think the this upcycle board, they kind of do things a little differently. So I'm gonna follow the instructions better here. Okay, so what am I talking about? So we took that switch off. Now, wire in the power button. First add one wire. So it does include, Consoles4You does include a little strip of ribbon cable. But we're just gonna take the purple one off. And we're gonna use that. Hey, Alteracious. Okay, so then I think we've got a wire from this power board thing to the bottom wire. See, these pictures could be more clear, but I think I kind of get it. All right. Let's go to the overhead. All right, so I think what we have to do is we kind of, on one end, we have to bridge two of these pins together over here. So let's do that first, I guess. I need wire strippers. Okay. So something like that. So let's tin this. Actually, you know what? I'm going to turn my iron on. I won't need a desoldering iron anymore, so let's turn that off before I forget. And I'm also going to turn my iron down a bit. I'm going to put my iron on about 320. Let's see if that works. Actually, you know what? Let's do like 330, sure. Lower than normal because I just want an experiment to see if I can avoid melting this ribbon cable. Just kind of, I don't know, experiment. So let's tin this side of this purple wire first. Oops, can't use the knife edge tip. Okay, so let's do this. Oh, plus my air conditioning's off. Or on, I mean. Okay. Alright, so let's put some solder on one of these pads. And then we'll solder it on there. Okay. Okay, I think that works pretty well. Not amazing, but let's clean this up a little bit since we desoldered that thing. Do. Just kind of scraping the gunk off with some tweezers, whatever. Okay, so that's the one side. Now the other side is going to go all the way down to the in part of this here power thing down here, down her. That in. So let me tin that first. Actually, let me turn my stupid thing off. Okay. So let's tin the in. Okay. Okay. And then that. Then we can tin it. Yeah, nice. Okay, neat. Whatever, good enough. Okay, so that's the purple wire. Right, so that's going to the in over here. Okay, now it looks like we need to put that aside a second, and then we're gonna do some funkiness to the switch itself, which is where? Oh, right here. So here's the switch. And I guess we have to take this nut off. Yeah. And we're gonna split this into 3. I guess we'll kind of explain. Hi, Q. All right, so I'll show the picture here. All right, so here's the picture. Looks kind of interesting. All right, so it looks like the yellow wire bridges both. I'm pretty sure these are ground wires. I don't understand why it bridges a ground wire with the positive. Doesn't it look like it bridges it? I could have sworn that those were maybe it's on purpose. Maybe it bridges it to ground on purpose. So I just took out my multimeter. Huh, are those? I guess these don't have continuity? I would have thought that these side ones were grounds. And that they would have continuity with each other, but they don't. Okay, well. You're gonna follow these instructions then, I guess. It does have a plus on the bottom, so the plus there, if you guys could probably barely see, but there is a plus here on the bottom and a minus on the top. Well, at least the way that I'm molding it, which is the same way it's in the picture. So I'm gonna just do it that way. Okay, so let's tin this. No, strip it first. We're gonna strip a lot. We're gonna strip quite a bit of the yellow because we do need to do a bridge move. And then I'm gonna tin it. Okay. Now let's see if it still fits through the holes here. Okay, so the positive side is going to be on the bottom, on the bottom side here, and the first hole that we need to go through is this side. So like each of these little contacts has a hole in it. So we're going to go through the hole and through the hole of the positive, like that. I know it's really kind of sus, but oops. Because getting this to stand up and down might be a little hard too. That's all right. All right, so let's try it. Okay, so let's try to solder this in place. There's one. Okay, so now that the positive side one is finished, we probably can get a little closer. This bottom one here, the side one I mean. Cool. Okay. So now we can, there's a little tiny extra bit here that I'm just gonna cut so that it actually fits back in the thing. Okay. Now we're left with the blue and the green wire. So now, according to the picture, they get soldered like that. So blue is the negative one, the top one. And green is the other one that I thought was a ground. But it's not. So, let's cut. Cut it. Oh, I see. So it has an LED in it. Got it. Okay, that makes sense. Thanks, Shawnami. Okay. So there's the blue one. Solder to the negative. Now the last one is the green. Just gonna go to this side one here. Okay. Cool. Okay, so now we've got all three, blue, green, and the yellow, which is soldered to both of those. Okay, now let's see what's next. So go back here. Time to assemble the unit. Okay. So then we just put this aside for now, I guess. Time to assemble the unit. Okay. Make sure the small alignment part is added first. And set up the shell as shown in the image. Okay. Small alignment part. Okay. So I see a piece. There's a little bag of goodies here. Those are all the 3D printed pieces. So I'm just gonna like pour those out. There's 3. And I think this alignment, the alignment piece is this L. So like take this L and do what with it? I don't know. Put it here. Oh, okay. Let me show you. So in the overhead, this just kind of there's a gap there's sort of a gap here between this unused flex cable connector. We're not using that flex cable connector for anything. So basically you can just take the L and it gets pinched basically by the Spartan Edge accelerator board here. So cool. All right, I like that. So I think that's fine. So it's kind of like stiffening up this corner, which I like. Okay, so now there's this wobbly guy. This little, I think it's like the top to this cart slot thing, so you don't see underneath it. Hold that L. There's this bit, which it's hard to tell the orientation, but I think it's this way. I don't know why. Okay, I guess it's easier to follow the second picture. So sort of like that. Oh yeah, look at that. Huh, interesting. So I guess it goes like this. So let's just leave it sort of like that. So yeah, so let me put it in the orientation of the photo, I suppose. You guys can't see the photo, but just take my word for it that bit goes like that. Then there's the ejector mechanism part, which goes, ooh, okay, so that makes sense. There's a little slot, a little groove thing, and the arrow is going to be pointing that way. Cool. All right, step 18. Slowly slide the whole PCB sandwich until all the parts, all ports align. This is a tight fit. Okay. Geez, okay, so... How far forward does this part have to be? You bought several external hard drives and have started backing up full sets of every... So I sort of have been doing that too, Belmont, actually. So I think we're kind of getting to the point, well, I ended up getting the full North American set for the GameCube, so that actually can fit, the full American set can fit on a 1 terabyte SD card. Oh, I feel like that thing just flew all over the place. Oh no, it didn't. What is this? I don't know. I don't know what the proper, what is it? A little wiggler for. We see the signs. Yeah, if I won the lottery, there'd be signs. That's funny. Oh gosh, this part fell off. Okay. It's sort of hard to take it back out again. But my L piece fell off. Okay, I got it back in. So, let's see, what other consoles? PS2, you could do that fairly easily. Like, well, actually, I don't know. How big is the PS2? I know the whole Xbox North American or whole Xbox library is like, it's big. It's like 6 or something terabytes compressed, something like that. So you'd still need a pretty beefy hard drive. Well, Well, you know, if you're making some backups, sure, that's fine. Like on a NAS or something, but I kind of want to get to the point where like every console has its a full set, but yeah, that's kind of hard. Okay, so I think that's it, right? That's this part at least. What does the reset button thing do? It doesn't really, does it? Oh, look, it does actually try to push the card out. There's a little nubbin. I was trying to figure out what that did, but there's a little. All right, let's. Now that I know that it's not, yeah, okay. PSP library is a lot. Jeez, that's a console that I haven't even like begun to think about. All right, so now we've got to put the button in. So let's go back up. So I'm gonna just screw it in first, I suppose. Although I guess it doesn't really matter because it's round, right? It's not like it needs to be any specific orientation. I meant like there's no power button marking on the button. Although, how in the heck? Oh, gosh. Jeepers. Oh, you know what is interesting is the nut gets held in place by the case. So you have to kind of do it from the outside. Like this. 360 PS3 is a lot? Yeah, yep. Okay, so without breaking your wires here, you have to kind of screw the button in. Cool, I like that. That's cool. I mean, it doesn't. You don't have to go crazy. Yeah, but because I don't really think you're going to be able to tighten it down too hard, but it acts like its own little wrench, which is cool. The part where the nut sits. Okay, cool. So now I'm kind of left with these wires here, which I think what I'm going to do is keep some of the length in the photos here. Actually, I'll just show you. In the photos here, it kind of looks like they didn't really leave that much length. They're like the yellow and then the blue-green wires. They came together on a ribbon cable together like that. But when you separate them, they kind of lose. You lose a little bit of strain relief. I mean, it's minuscule strain relief. But I think what I'm going to do is you want to do one of these GBAHDs? Yeah, I mean, it's interesting little thing. I know everybody like it's kind of like the thing that everybody laughs at because like, oh, I have a Game Boy player. That's what you mean by a Game Boy consolizer, right? Like, okay, just it's fun. Okay, so what I was talking about with strain relief is kind of like keep the wires together so that they kind of have a little bit of relief here, and maybe split them further down up here. So I definitely know that the yellow wire needs to get cut and split off. First, like that. So then those guys are going to go off on their own. They're going to go get a pizza or something over there. But then we're left with this guy, which can go up here, and it gets soldered. It looks like it gets soldered to the second row. Okay, cool. So let's get some. Let's do that first. Let's do. Okay, so I have something that we could do after this, actually. I need to make sure that I have everything that I need for the next project. Well, one of the next projects, the Ben, or the SYF board. You'll you'll see what I'm talking about in a little bit. Because I don't think it's going to take us that much longer to finish this up. Look at how snug and cool everything looks. Yeah, seriously. I mean, compared to, I won't really take it apart. Well, maybe I will. Compared to my original, and I'm not dunking on this project at all, because this is a really cool project, and this was the, you know, this was several years before this, right? This is like 2 or 3 years old at least. But if you open it, I'm not even sure how. So that's the top. The top's not really going to give us a good view. Let's try to open the bottom. So this is my original GBAHD with the GameBoy SP build. Well, you know what? I guess it's not terrible, but I mean, the part that is terrible is all the flex cable. They're all squished together. So yeah, that's the part that kind of is annoying about this. Sorry, now I can't get it back together. Plus, it was printed in PLA. Like I don't know, just an old build, which is, you know, it's nice. But yeah, I would have to take the top off to show you that part. But that's the big difference between them, is just it makes it easier to more compact, or a little less compact actually. Well, actually, I don't know. I mean, it's wider, but it's not as tall. So we did an SYF Game Gear a couple months ago. Nice. Okay, so let's tin these 2 things here. Pretty sure this is how it goes. Is it bridges both of these, or just the first one? Actually, in the photo, I'm in the way. If we zoom in on the photo, it might just be the first one here. All right, so let's just try that, I suppose. Well, do these make continuity now? Because I know it's a, what is it? Double pole switch. Is that what that means when you have you switch 2 sets of contacts? Okay, they are. Okay, are they? Yeah, okay. So what I was doing, the switch that we removed is a double pole, which means, or pole, which means that there's 3 pins and they're actually in parallel with each other, but they're connected to each other. So like for every pin this way, or like every 2 pins this way, they're both connected. It's hard to explain. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So here on the board, it's like that purple one's not actually bridging anything. Those are both the same thing, both the same net, right? So they're already bridged. Same with that row, and then same with the top row. So there's no harm in me taking this yellow and doing the same thing that I did with the purple. Basically bridging it all the way across. The heck. Ow. Except when I can't even solder it. Okay, I think I got it. I'm having trouble soldering that. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah. Good enough. Doesn't have to be perfect, but now those are both bridged together. Okay, so now the last wires to go. Look at that, like tucking them in there, like they're like the perfect length here. I don't really have to cut it. You have a GameBox GBAHD. Yeah. Well, you have the Game Boy one, the original, the DMG one. Yeah, I like the case design. Mostly the two color logo, I guess. But there is an updated version of the case. I have an outdated version of that original GBA HD case, which has a logo in it. It's like, this is actually the GBA HD logo. It's not, I think. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that right. This is not Consoles4U's logo of the GBA HD. I think there was a designer that came and made a logo for them. So, but you know, they designed, I don't know if they're what gender they are. So yeah, but yeah, just I like how it's kind of all in one piece. Like it's an all-in-one. Well, we already knew it was an all-in-one thing, all-in-one build, all-in-one type of GBA HD. Okay, so now it looks like the blue is going to the middle, which is the ground. So let's tin the ground and the out. Okay, so there's ground. Out. Okay. Now let's, so the first wire we need is blue. So let's try to tin it without melting it. You know, I guess we could probably do the green while we're here too. Okay, I think I'm almost done. No, I'll wait. As soon as I'm done, I gotta turn the air conditioner back on because it's hot. It's hot. Come on, stop falling in there. Okay. Okay, shove that back in there. Okay, so now what did I say? Blue is first. Blue is the middle. Okay. Got a blue, and then green is out. I do have to say that I do like the shape of the GameBox GameBoy Advance consolizer case. Just thinking about that. The one that's based off of the regular Game Boy Advance. There's something about it that it really, you know, it's not, you know, I do enjoy boxy sort of builds and stuff, but there's something about the shapes and the thought that went into the case design that really I really like a lot. So I really like that one as well. You know, I like the Laser Bear ones too, but yeah, they're all nice. Like that's literally why I have a collection of them, is because they're all they're all nice. All right, cool. That's it, pretty much, right, for the build, for the wiring at least. So now we can put this little piece here, like this or something. Somehow that goes in there. Yeah, like that. Excuse me. Wait a minute. Maybe there was an updated version of the case, because it doesn't have a, mine doesn't have a cutout on the side here. Wait a minute. Is this changed around somehow? Maybe there was an updated revision here, I was talking about. Oops. There's a little slot. There's a little slot cut out here. Same over here. I think this is just an updated version of the case, so it doesn't have that. Maybe that's an older one. All right, so here's the last final little step here. Is just smash-olate this thing in here. Yeah, just gonna shove it. Yay! Okay, now we can put that SD card in. I guess for the last time. Whoa. Which way does it go in? Okay. I think it's probably upside down. Yep. Cool. All right, it's in. There she blows. All right, let's test it. All right, what do I need? I got my Game Boy Advance, so let's try Game Boy Advance first. A little schmutz on my eject button. Ooh, let's try the ejector. Yeet! It works so good. Dang. All right, I want to use my where is it? Did I? Oh, here it is. 8-bit Do wireless controller with the Nintendo Switch Online controller. Somewhere around here should be the HDMI cable that I was using already. I had it out here already. Where did I put it? Oh, here it is. I think this is it. This is one. This is not the one. Where's the one? Oh, the one is over here. Aha! It's already plugged in. Okay, gotta turn this on. It's hot. Okay. All right, so cable like this. Now, I know I had a USB-C cable. This one, I guess, is already here and plugged in something. Already plugged in. Ah, come on, stop that. Okay, Cool. So let's plug it in. And the ports are nicely lined up in the back, so no worries about misalignment or anything, which is cool. All right, let's try it. I guess moment of truth. Oh God. Hey, sweet white light. We got a blinky blink. Let's go to the morph. Heck yeah. Oh yeah, we forgot that ran out of battery. Very sweet. Hey, Geometry Wars. Let's try, I don't know, Metroid. Sure. What? It just died. Will it not load that if the battery is dead? Do I even have a maybe I have, I don't know if I have a battery. Okay, that's weird. Does Pitfall work again? It worked last time. Okay, that's weird. Very strange. Don't know why that particular game didn't work. Very cool. I'm excited about this. This is a sweet consolizer. Looks so cool. Dang, with the white button. All right, let's test. How about a Game Boy game? I gotta get some of those little batteries because it looks like both of these EverDrives use the same batteries. Let's test the Game Boy game. Ding. Yes, of course it has. This was the first game that I played for the Game Boy. Oh wait, no, not Super Mario. Super Mario Land is what I was thinking of. I don't know what this game is actually. Is this just Mario Brothers? Does it look sus? The aspect ratio, or is this just a straight up port? Oh, there's some not goodness happening with the. Oh, and you can go backwards. Oh, kind of, not really. There's some not goodness going on with the physics in this. Oh God, it's awful. This is not a straight up port. It's like a port and their own physics. Ugh. Every one of my EverDrives, yeah, I'm pretty sure. You're probably right about that. Oh God. Well, they broke it. They decided to change it while not changing it. Oh, the physics are terrible. Okay, well, let's try to find a different game. That's how the game is. It's awful. Let's play Mario Land. That's the first Game Boy DMG game that I ever played. Oh God, it's gonna give us that warning every time. Let me see if I have tiny little batteries in my. I gotta get some. Does anybody know off the top of their head what size they are that the EverDrive needs? 1130s, maybe. I wish it was printed so that you could see through it. See it through the. Now, does that also wipe out game saves too? Let's see, the bouncing ball. What the heck is that? All right, so I think Super Mario Land is a Game Boy game. Yep, sure is. Here it is. Obi-Wan is... I missed that, Obi-Wan. You're making fun of me because I never update the firmware. It's a CR1220. Okay, so it's not... I don't think I have those. Isn't it fascinating to me that it seems like they had Game Boy Color support, or somehow they had Game Boy Color support for these old games? I mean, not really. I think it's fake. Okay, so this is the first. This is the first game I played. Yeah, I have to actually play it on. I've been playing it through the OBS preview window, so there's going to be some latency there. Here we go. Yeah, we got direct connection now to the Game Boy, giant Game Boy. Heck yeah! This is the first Game Boy game I ever played. The controls are kind of hard to get used to because it's like... Oh, never mind, I could do this. Oh, gotcha. Do 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 do. Oh, it's like weird stereo. Is this considered a consolizer? Yep. This is the first, well, it's a relative of the first, well, okay. Yeah. It's a relative of the first consolizer that I ever knew about. So the first thing that coined, in my opinion, the first thing that coined the term consolizer for me was Woozle's Game Boy Advance consolizer, because he actually called it the consolizer. But then after Woozle made his consolizer, Zoenergy developed the open source GBA HD consolizer, so that's what this is based off of. So. Yep. Audio seems like it's kind of echoing. Oh, yeah, it's echoing because... I was outputting... Oh, no. Okay, wait a minute. I'm outputting the... Okay, well, I'm going to have to suffer now. That's right. I was listening to the music through... the OBS through my headphones. So the trick with this is wherever you land Mario, he'll go up, or like the ladder is always in like will always go to a specific spot. So like I know that you have to go one below the 3 times to get the 3 times. So like you gotta land Mario there, and then the ladder will always be there for you to go up to get the 3. Virtual Boy consolizer. Yeah, that's on my radar, but I don't have a Virtual Boy. I suppose I should probably put an eBay listing for like broken Game Boys or something. Oh wait, I have an idea. I could fix it by doing this. If I mute that, and I could still do monitor and output. And then just mute that. Why can't I mute that? Okay. Hold on, I don't know why it's not. Oh, there we go. Okay. So now I don't think you guys can hear the double audio. The Virtual Boy, you could just do video out. Does that also work with the internal, like, does that keep the internal screen? Oh, gosh. All right, so this is cool. Should we do a Game Boy Advance game just to see that? and then we'll talk about some things. And I have to actually, I wanted to open up a Game Boy or Game Gear to see if it's, oh, I didn't change the cart. I forgot to change the cart. We'll play for another couple of days. Yeah, Dark One, sorry about that. I in order for me to get the game's audio in my headphones right now, I have to preview it through OBS. But I also have desktop audio going, which I really shouldn't. I should have it. It's kind of technical, but it's OBS technical speak. But I gotta fix something in there for that to be easier. But I muted it for now. But that means if I go back to doing the music, you guys will not hear it. So if you didn't know, this is going through the morph. So you're not seeing the native output of the GBAHD. It's going through the morph. So it's 4K. No, yeah, I need to fix that. Okay. Did I really like the Donkey Kong on here. I guess it's not on my list of things. Let's go back. Donkey Kong is good for on the Donkey Kong Country. It's good on the Game Boy Advance. And I'm not super concerned with like there is a how do we pull up the oh, there we go, left, right, select, and up on the D-pad opens this. So I'm not really gonna mess with these things. I like the pixel grid off, smoothing off. There is this usually on Game Boy Advance or GBA HDs, there's this like GBA palette, which changes the palette. It makes it a little more pleasing, but actually I don't hate it, just the normal. So there's like an optional palette for Game Boy Advance games. It kind of helps in this game because this game has some bright, like the colors are just overly saturated. I kind of think so that the GBA palette makes it a little, I don't know. What does pad display do? Is that going to show the buttons that I'm pushing? Oh yeah, look at that. Wait a minute. What does it do? I don't know. Something. It's in the top of the screen. Pixel grid as well. So we try the pixel grid. I don't know what it will look like through the... Oh, actually, what it looks kind of sick. All right, we'll play Donkey Kong Country with that. Pixel grid on. Oh, I didn't save it. Shit. Okay, there we go. Direct mode or pass through? There's not really such thing as a direct mode with this GBAHD. I don't think you can set it to like a native output. There might be a different firmware. You'd have to completely flash on it. But I don't know off the top of my head how to do that here. And I don't really know what it's going to buy you versus just doing... I think this output 720. It does look pretty good. Yeah, especially through the morph, it looks nice. Okay, let's try this level. Whoops, I gotta relearn how to play this game. This stupid little spider. Man, if you're afraid of spiders, that thing will freak you out. Don't get me! Oh! Realistic ass spider in Donkey Kong Country. Oh no, I messed up the tire. Damn it, the tire got stuck. Come on, tire, let's go. Yeet! Oh, can I not hurt those guys? Okay, I guess I can't hurt those guys. Or I got Shrek'd. Okay, forget that K. I also have a big honking camera in my face. It's like super hard, or like in the way. So it's kind of difficult to play. Oh my god. Oh, the spider. Here, the camera's gonna go up a little bit. I gotta move it up because I can't see shit. Okay. So one of these days I need to, I don't know. One of these days I need to just win the lottery and I need to fix my basement and then stream down there. Oh god. Man, the button controls are different than Donkey Kong Country are, so I tried to do a roll jump. And I pressed the buttons in the wrong order, so I almost jumped. Yo. How is this fair? How is this a fair jump? Am I supposed to jump on that guy's head? Oh yeah, you can. That was funny. Boink. Boink, boink, boink. Oh, look at that. Secret passage. Oh, I don't even have the K. Rip. Whoa. Oh, bonus. You like it better than the game? The way you're talking about the is there a pixel grid in the game box one? Whoa! Oh, got it. Such a funny sound. Boink, 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 boink. Woo! Oh no. Froggo! Oh, rip. Rip Froggo. Oh gosh. Oh! Don't know what this is for, but... Oh, a bat? Oh! F. Yeah, now we need a DS. Oh. Yeah, we need a DS, and those are going to be super challenging, and I'm not really sure what form those are going to take, either. I don't know. Not sure. Because I don't know how you would do touch controls and stuff. I guess... Ideally, well, I mean, then it would be nothing more than like the capture cards that we have now. Like the capture cards that we have now are kind of like the loopy card. That's sort of the if the top screen weren't there, but the bottom screen were still like you still had the you still had the bottom screen, or like the bottom screen was on the TV is what I'm trying to say, but the controller. Like the bottom screen was your controller and that's what you held. And then you had like some kind of a tether maybe. Alright, enough of this. I'm just getting tracked and I don't know what the controls are. Okay. Require a PS5 controller, then use the touchpad. I'm okay with like, well, I don't really know if I'm okay with like ripping apart a console, but like if there was a way just for ha-has. Well, like the original DS, like I don't know, decapitated. What? So what I was trying to say, I suppose, is like remove the top screen. So like that would probably be good for consoles that have no broken top screen, and somehow do a tether like loopy style, right? So the loopy capture kit has the USB-C output. and then that's what goes to your TV. So you still have touchscreen functionality. It has everything here, but I mean, then you might as well just leave it with the top screen on. Just, you know, do it loopy style, but just make it so that this USB-C is not like, because that's how the loopy kit connects to a program on your computer. It's not necessarily like an HDMI signal, but I think you could probably do it. Maybe have like a separate, like, maybe if you did this like USB-C in a little box that converts to HDMI or something out like externally, and like that could go out to your TV. So you don't need the basically it's the loopy kit without needing software, and just have it on your TV, and then you could like switch between. Yeah, he's working on the Neo Geo Pocket. Yep, that's. I don't have one of those yet. I have a two actually Wonder Swans, but I'm waiting for a Wonder Swan flash cart. Why not just have like the intelligent systems capture systems where it outputs both screens on separate outputs? Yeah, I mean ideally you could swap between them or something, and maybe there's like a button combination or an OSD somehow that lets you. I don't know. I mean, the loopy kit itself is really hard. Well, not really hard. The hardest part is the modification, probably the case mod. It's easier than the optimized kit. The optimized kit was hard as hell to install. I haven't even done that one yet, just because it was ironically it was not optimized. It was not as optimized as Loopy's kit in the future became. All right, so cool. Now this can go join my crew of consolizers. I'm super excited to have this finally. Thanks again, Consoles4You, if you watch this or whatever. Thanks again. This is really cool. This is probably my favorite consolizer. Just stability wise. I mean, obviously I have all the gadgets. I didn't really actually I didn't test this directly into my TV. I guess I should probably do that, huh? Here, just for ha-has, I have a different micro or a mini HDMI cable. I'm going to connect this directly to. I just want to see if it boots. So I'm going to connect it directly to my. Well, it's connected through a switch, but directly to my OLED. I mean, you guys won't be able to see it, but just take my word for it. So yeah, it's the stability is what you really want, because the early unit that I had, the early GBAHD, yeah, it had some issues. Like it didn't really like the 1080p output that much. The audio didn't sound great. Yeah, stability of the picture would flicker and things. Let's test it. Well, it works. Yeah, seems fine. Nice. If I didn't have a Pocket, which also has a beautiful pixel grid, I would probably build one of these. Yeah. If I was able to scoop one of Taki's Mr. kits. Oh, you got a Mr. Did you have a Mr. already? Or is this your first Mr.? Oh, I read the rest of your sentence. You do have another one already. Cool, awesome. So I got another different Game Boy Advance consolizer. Okay, so there's two. Let me talk a little bit. I want to at least get. I want to open all of the Game Gears that I have that are unmodified, because I need to find out what kinds of motherboards they have. But my next PCBWay project video, I have some things cooking, some small things. So some more PC related things, right? So let me bring up. I'll talk for a little bit, and then we'll excuse me. I'll bust open those Game Gears to find out what the models are. So let's go here. So there were. If you have been following me for a while, if you've been watching my streams for a while, there was two projects that I found. They're both by the same person, actually. Deku something. Deku Nukem. The first one here is, I'll show you the this is on Tindy. The first one here is a little, it's not really an ISA card because it doesn't really go into the ISA slots, but it goes into the back here of a computer. Basically, it's a way for you to, if you have a real IBM PC, it lets you power the PC using the Pico power supply that I'm using one in the actual Micro 8088 back there. But obviously that case was meant for a Pico power supply. It had the hole in it already and yada yada. And it has like a switch kind of on the way an IBM PC is turned on and off is externally on the power supply. There's a big, well, you could barely see it in this photo here on the right. In the corner, there's this corner little black thing is a huge red. It's very satisfying. I have one of my AT, but that's how you turn it on and off. Is basically you turn the whole power supply on. So this project was neat because it lets you still use, obviously a modern power supply. Don't need that much power because these things are only like 130 watts or whatever. You get a little. Well, actually, there's a separate add-on that lets you retain the big chunky power switch, which is great, but it lets you turn on these modern Pico ATX power supplies, Pico PSUs, and power your IBM PC with it. The problem that I ran into, so this is one of the products from this guy, but the problem, well, not really the problem, I understand this guy wants to make money. The problem is these are not open source. I thought they were originally, so I thought that the GitHub had, well, there's actually some things here. Let's see, IBM PC. Is there an actual AT? Is this the actual, I don't know, like, I don't think all the info that you need to build one of these with yourself, like there's no BOM. I don't know, BRD and SCH, is that some sort of specific file for KiCad or something, or LTM or something? I'm not really sure. If it is, then that's great and I'm wrong. But I don't see like a bill of materials or anything. So I don't think you can really build these yourself, which is unfortunate. I was hoping that I would be able to do that. But you can't because, yeah. Well, I'm not mad. Please don't take that as me being like offended that these are not open source or, available for me to make. And, even if it would be still, an advertisement for this product, I can't build one myself. Yeah, so that's kind of a bummer. But the other project is the one I wanted even more than that project. Let's go to Deku Nukem's repos here. Oh, is this ATX 4VC? This one might be open source. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, PCB firmware. This one might be open source. This is a different project, but this is like a more generic. Oh, it's like an internal power supply upgrade thing. This one might be. This one is probably might be open source. It looks like it has more things there. BRD and SCH are schematic and PCB files. Okay, so maybe it has. But I don't see a bill of materials or anything. So maybe it could be possible still to build that. I'll have to look into it some more. USB 4VC. So this is the other project, is the USB 4VC, which, long story short, it is a Raspberry Pi sort of hat, right? So you need a Raspberry Pi, but it's like a hat and some like add-on boards that let you convert USB mouse, USB keyboard, and USB game pads to several different retro computer protocols, right? So PS2 is one of them, and PS2 covers AT style keyboard ports, so that's kind of cool. PS2 mouse, serial mouse, which is kind of cool, which is like, that's for older computers. Like, I guess the technically the Micro 8088 has a serial port. I guess you could use a mouse if you wanted to. Maybe a little newer, you know, maybe like a 386 or something. It could do Windows 3. And also it lets you do a USB controller to game port, like a gamepad. And it works with a bunch of different types of computers. So it works obviously with like the IBM and stuff, which is what I would use it for. But you could also get different adapter boards for different, like, I guess, Apple Lisa, Macintosh, I don't know, ADB. I don't know what some of these words are. But yeah, it would just, but the one, so there's, again, I don't see, well, I guess the firmware is there. So maybe I'm super wrong about this. I just see like those BRD files. So maybe there is a, what is PD? Maybe there are all the files and enough to make these. I'm not sure. Unless maybe the BOM is embedded somewhere in these files or something. Or like when you open them up or whatever. I'll have to figure out what program is used to actually open those. But yeah. So that's, I think they're not open in the sense that you can't make them yourself. I'm not sure. So that's the one aspect, right? Is it's not DIY. You have to buy them through the site. Again, I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that it's like I would have liked to have built it. The second thing is they're kind of expensive. If you get all of them, it's close to $200. If you get one of every, so like you get all the protocol cards. Like let's say you want to buy this one time and then like have it for the future when you have all these things. Let's add 2 PS2 cables. Let's add a serial cable. Let's add a game port cable. Let's add an ADB cable. I don't know what that is. Let's add the Mac cable that we need. I think something is wrong with this mouse. Let's add the cable we need for the Lisa. Right, so that's one of everything on this Tindy listing. It's $190 plus you need plus shipping, plus you need a Raspberry Pi. So we're talking probably $220 to $250-ish at least to get the whole kit and caboodle. So yeah, I don't know. It's a little expensive. So I ended up finding this other project called HID Man. If you don't know, HID Man is made by Rasterai, who is the creator of the WiiC, that Lazy Game Reviews, LGR reviewed. I think he reviewed that. But anyways, so HID Man is kind of like a little mini version of that USB 4VC. It does less things, right? So it doesn't have, it doesn't do the game port thing. It does, I guess it could do like gamepad to, like a USB gamepad to keyboard, I guess. So like you could do mapping in games to like let you use a keyboard or a gamepad that way, I suppose. But it's mainly for USB keyboard and mouse to keyboard, PS2 keyboard and PS2 mouse or serial mouse. So I actually didn't find this right away. I was planning to build them myself after I saw that the USB 4VC wasn't what I thought it wasn't open source. I thought, could I build one myself using a Raspberry Pi Pico? And this is actually more complicated than it seems, right? Because the RP2040 does have a USB host port on the RP2040. Right, so you could theoretically, if you had, I actually asked ChatGPT how to do this, and it actually kind of walked me through it. I said, well, actually, let me see if I could pull up, here, let me just see if I could pull up the conversation I had yesterday. I gotta log in. Okay, well. Okay, we're back. Oh, dang. Well, let's ask it again. Say like, how can I use a Raspberry Raspberry Pi Pico to convert a USB keyboard to a PS2 keyboard. So let me go away for a second so you guys can see the output. Oops. Wrong thing went away. That's hilarious. Okay, so I know it's there's still a lot more than obviously this to doing it, but it could be done with enough effort. The RP2040 has a USB sort of input, USB host input, so you could use a library, like a software library on the Raspberry Pi Pico to get the inputs from your keystrokes from the USB. Then you take that and you have to output it somehow. There's like a PS2. You could even ask it it's like, okay, once you translate the keyboard data, send it through PS2 to the GPIO pins, which if you guys program with Arduino or whatever, that using the GPIO pins makes sense, but it doesn't exactly tell you how. It does talk about this tiny USB. Have you looked at the ISA Pico mem? No, I haven't looked at that yet. The reason I haven't, well, I probably should. Yeah, I should. I should use my. I have a 286 PC that I think would be cool to try that in. So maybe I should do that. I'll have to do that. That's a cool project to do one time. Anyway, so it's sort of doesn't really tell you that much. It does tell you have to translate the USB codes to the PS2 scan codes, but it doesn't exactly tell you how to do that. It does give you some example code, which is sick. Actually, this gave me more info than it gave me the other day, which is kind of cool. So this is some Raspberry Pi code. What language? Python, maybe. Anyway, so it kind of gives you, and then it's you could ask it more about what the circuit looks like. You could ask it more. Okay, so anyway, so I went down this big rabbit hole about building my own USB keyboard to Raspberry Pi thing, and then I found HID man. So I'm like, I'll just do this instead. So the boards, I already submitted my orders for the boards, and what's interesting is it uses these aluminum enclosures. It's the case is this little tiny enclosure, and what's funny about that enclosure is the company that makes those actually has the STL the STL file of the enclosure on the website. So I just 3D printed it instead. So I 3D printed the little aluminum enclosure. So I'm just waiting for all the parts and stuff to come in. Then I'm going to be building an HID man. So it's this should be a cool little simple project, I think. And that'll be a nice thing to have so that I could use wireless stuff with retro PC stuff. So I don't have to because right now I have to have 2 sets of keyboards and mice and stuff over here, and it just kind of is clutter. I do appreciate the original ball mouse and PS2 and keyboard and stuff, but yeah. So that's coming soon. Yes, I will do Pico mem alterations. That's something on my radar again too. So I'll look into that. I don't know if I'm gonna build my own. Maybe I'll have to talk with I think the guy that his name is Frank or something. The guy that designed that thing. So I'll have to see it. Maybe he could send me one, or maybe I'll build one. I don't know. All right, so with that stuff out of the way, let's get into it. I'm grabbing my Game Boys that are, I don't know the status of them. Let's put it that way. So looks like I have 2. I thought I had 3. Might still have another one. So oh, this is my good one. This is my excuse me, geez, I'm falling apart. This is my Game Gear that I modded. The one that has the the bend screen. So I do have 2 other Game Gears. So I'll put this one away because this one's modded. that one down there. But I gotta find the other one. Oh, is it right here? Oh, it is right here. This might be what I think it is. Okay, let's see if this is what I think it is. Let's open this one first. This one I got maybe 2 or 3 years ago. It doesn't have at Retro World for $1. It was in a broken or parts only bin or whatever. I got it for $1, so I'm like, hell yeah. So I got that. That's $1 Game Gear. But let's open this other one. Yeah, the new kit has the HDMI output. Yep. So that's kind of why I'm doing this, is because, well, I wanted to do this ever since I did the Game Gear consolizer, just to kind of compare them to each other. But obviously after what happened, I'm like, just didn't have the energy really for that. So, but it's been long enough, I think, that I've got to get back into Game Gear stuff. Okay, so I don't know. I have to find out which ASIC version. Do I have a single ASIC or a dual ASIC in one of these? But this console is kind of hilarious because if I'm correct, this is my friend's childhood console, and this was the first thing that I ever touched with a soldering iron, I think. And you'll see why you'll see why I have it still. Like, because I think I was gearing up to do the NES RGB, because that was the first mod kit that I ever did. And I convinced him somehow to let me borrow his Game Gear. This was probably 2016, maybe. I convinced him to let me borrow his Game Gear so that I could recap it, so that I could practice soldering for the NES RGB. And yeah, let's just say that I shouldn't have done that. I also, well, we'll have to see. So if I can save the ASICs in here, I think I'll be happy, because that means that his original unit will live on. But I started tinkering with things besides just the caps. I don't even know if I did the caps. I think I don't even know. This was long. That was 8 years ago. Hey, Ruro. How you doing? Just doing some, oh, let me get some music back in here. I have to also unmute desktop audio. There we go. Okay, did I get all the screws yet? No. Okay, so if you know about Game Gears, you can't open them. I think they've got a cable inside, so you got to do this. Hell yeah, this is that one. Someone tell me what's missing up here. This is a dual ASIC. That's no bueno, I think. I don't know. For some reason, I practiced on these because this was I thought I would get more through-hole solder practice. First of all, there's no caps in it at all. What happened to all these caps? Well, there's caps over on that other side, but all the caps on this side over here, just see you later. I don't know. Maybe I'll transfer them. This is some kind of a big inducer or whatever. That big, like, I don't know, magnetic thing or whatever. I think that was one of the only through-hole components. So I tried desoldering it because I was gearing up to do the NES RGB, and I totally ruined it taking it out. So basically, I ruined his whole console because I couldn't Google. I didn't know what to Google to find that part. Oh, it's unplugged, so it wouldn't really make a difference. But so this is a dual ASIC one, right? Because there's the two. Otherwise, it'd just be one big thing here. Let me get out I've got a box of Ben goodies. or SYF goodies. I'm sorry, wrong thing. Let me see what I've got. Better no caps than exploded caps, I suppose. Yeah, that is not need with a replacement screen. Oh, yeah, this thing. Yeah. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, I mean, I think that I would probably. I think I might have a replacement motherboard, a dual ASIC motherboard. So let me just see what I've got here. Okay, here's the motherboards that SYF sent me a while ago. They sent me a little care package back when I was still debugging the GBAHD, because there were some issues with that. I was having issues with that, I guess I should say. So he sent me what? Oh, he only sent me single ASIC ones. So I'd have to get a dual ASIC board. I don't think I have any replacement board. But so yeah, I could get a capacitor replacement kit, and I could fix up this one, or I could get an SYF board. I just have a feeling that pretty much every Game Gear motherboard is just junk. I think so. Okay, so the other stuff that I've got, so those are the motherboards. The purple one is a newer revision. The white one there was an older revision. I was gonna put the white one. I think my GBAHD, the Game Box Game Gear consolizer, is a single ASIC, and this is an older version of the SYF board. So I was gonna take the ASIC out of that and put it in here and test the GBAHD again with this to see if it's more stable. I just have a feeling that pretty much any original Game Gear motherboard is just junk. Like, I don't know. I'm just saying that, like, I don't really have that much knowledge, but I just know that there's different variations of them, and some of them have issues, some of them don't. Sometimes the power boards and the audio boards and things have issues. You remove the transformer for the backlight. Okay. Yeah, so good luck novice me Googling that part to find it. But I was like, I don't care, I'm doing it. Why do you use desktop audio instead of application audio? And you're right, it's that alterations, that's what I was talking about earlier. I needed to switch to switch to audio. But then I would have to do it in every scene. I didn't really want to do that. So that's why. Okay, so this is a dual ASIC, so this is kind of useless for me right now because, yeah, I didn't think about that actually. So okay, so that's fine. This is gonna go away. Not away, but it's for another day. I need a single ASIC, so let's just hope that this is a single ASIC, because that's what I need for the Ben screen. You're not using nested scenes. Oh God, you're gonna flame me for how the hell do you use nested scenes? Jesus, maybe I should look into it, because that would help. Because yeah, if I could have one that was like the background music as a scene, that's a good idea actually. Dang. The GG I bought was full. Had battery leakage and destroyed the motherboard. The whole thing was blue and fuzzy. Oh gosh, nice. SYF kits are amazing. Spend so much time fixing GG motherboards if you need any help. Yeah, I mean, I had aspirations of doing this SYF build next, but if I don't have a single ASIC, this is the $99 or the $1 Game Gear, so I'm hoping this is a single ASIC. I don't think there's any way to tell from the outside, right? If it's what revision it is. Pretty sure there isn't. And actually, I probably could replace that, the inductor or whatever the heck it is. Made a parent scene with background music base template. Then you switch scenes between the nested ones to change the views. Yeah. I do have to set up my Steam Deck too. I have it literally plugged in over here, and I never set it up again. I used to use the Steam Deck or Stream Deck all the time when it was over there on my other computer when I streamed on the other side of my room, but I just got lazy and I never set it up. I should do that because that's what I used to use to switch scenes, and now I have to click the button like some kind of a caveman. I also need to get my Raspberry Pi kiosks back up. So this is my Raspberry Pi kiosk. This is what I used to use. Oh, shit. Hold that thought. Before I lose any more screws. Thanks. This is what I used to use, is what I was trying to say, to control my Home Assistant setup, so I can turn off my bench lights and stuff. And the guy who built the kiosk had a GitHub repository, and his whole GitHub got deleted. His whole account got deleted. So I can't reconfigure that because my router situation is better, but that's it. Hi, wee thing. Okay, so I think that's enough of this. Let's, drum roll please. A single ASIC, woo! Nice. So we're in business then for next stream being the SYF stream. Cool. Nice, I'm excited about that. See, I can actually... Oh no, why did this crash? Did my camera crash for some reason? Did I crash? No, this didn't crash. Just that. Why did this blow up? Why you do this? I swear to God, man. Stupid cam link, man, sucks. It's going right. We think I had COVID this week, and now I'm better, but now I'm a little bit better, so I kind of said that sarcastically, but yeah, I'm just recovering now, just taking it easy today. Okay, is this, are things happening again? Okay, Jesus, okay. Use the yeah, right, no, I know. Well, so there's more to that story. Actually, I felt so guilty that I ruined his that I bought him another one back then. So that was like 8 years ago. I bought him a new one. I know it's not, you know, it's kind of a shitty thing to do, but I felt bad, and actually it had a scratch on it. It was probably in slightly worse condition than the one that he had, so I wonder if it would be what he would think if I fixed. Maybe that's what I should do. I should probably leave that one alone, fix it, put it back together with this. After I swap out this ASIC, I should take the parts from here, if there's any damaged parts, and just put them in there. I don't know if that make him happy or not, but it would be his console again. That'd be kind of a funny thing to give it back to him. Yeah, it was bad. I had the first day or two, it was like really terrible fever. Just, I don't know, just like drained my soul. Cool. All right, so we're in business for next week. All because of the dollar bin Game Gear. So we're gonna have to bust out the hot air. I say next week, but I really mean Wednesday. So in 3 days. We're gonna have to bust out the hot air, I think. Is it the best method? I don't know. I don't have any low melt solder. But now I don't know what to do with this GameBoy Advance SP motherboard. I gotta put some of this stuff away. Just trying to think. Is there anything else that I could talk about? Oh, well, I guess let's look at the stuff that I've got, because I never even opened it. It's just been in this package since the day I got it. I think I might have tweeted that I got a box of SYF stuff, but I never took it out. Hot air is how you removed it. Okay. Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. I hope. I hope it's not too bad. Okay, so this first package, I think this is the screen itself. So it's kind of two different things, right? So I guess you could use whatever screen, whatever new LCD screen that you wanted to with the SYF board. It's not like you need to use a Ben screen, but it makes it easier to connect everything if you use Ben screen. Hot air and a heat plate. I do have a heat plate. Is there a space? Oh, I can't really take the board out. Yeah, I can try. I can finally fire up my heat plate for the first time. So this, I think this is what they call version 3 of Ben's screen. IPS screen. Doesn't really, oh it does. Universal HD IPS Rev 3. It uses, there's two different, so I think this is the one that connects to the SYF board, so this flex cable. So it just makes the wiring easier. And I think this is the flex connector that goes to the HDMI output. So that's one of the new features of this version 3, is it could do HDMI output as well. So it kind of consoleizes it, sort of. So let's put that away. So we can leave it out of there now. Okay, so we can get rid of that. Here's this. I think this other package is just a bunch of other stuff that makes the. So I didn't have to buy a motherboard because SYF had given me those things a while ago, a couple years ago. Which I think is still the latest version. Well, the purple one is the latest version, anyways. So here's the HDMI port. It's a full-size freaking HDMI port. That's crazy. Oh man, there's stencils here for solder paste, which I'm not probably gonna do. Oh, chip quick. What? I didn't ask for this. Huh. Oh, is this chip quick flux? Is that what this is? This chip quick then? Maybe he includes this with every kit. Oh, is this low melt solder? You have to be careful using heat on the board because you could accidentally remove some of the small components. Yeah, in this case it doesn't really matter because I only want to remove the part, and the rest of it is pretty much not scrap, but without the ASIC you can't really use it. So this is basically all the accoutrements for the SYF build. Other stuff besides the motherboard, cables and things. So that's that. Yeah. It doesn't really matter if I lose anything on that board, we think, because yeah. But I know what you're saying. I usually try to put tape down. Sometimes I just wing it. I like to wing it a lot in this channel. So flux and low melt solder included. That's nice. Yeah, I don't know if it's because I'm special, but he must have watched your streams. Alterations. Well, I guess I'll have to try that low melt solder if that's what that is, because I've never used it before, and I just think it would be cool to try it. It's kind of a cool thing. So this is the case that I got. I got the. I know some people don't like Retro 6, but as far as I know, Retro 6 is the only. Sorry. Let me get some water here. As far as I know, Retro 6 is the only company sorry, that makes these dual speaker shells for the Game Gear. So I was like, I guess I'll try that because that seems interesting. If I'm gonna buy a cool clear case, I might as well get the one that has the. So there's the lens. That's what we have to put on at the end. But I got the full. It has dual speakers in it, so I think this is not a clone of anything. I think this is the only company that makes a 2-speaker setup. So, and it's pretty neat. So like a frosted clear. I think this is my, in my opinion, the way to go for clear things. So see ya, Belmont. Have a good week at work. 1.7 is the most. Yeah. So that's the shell that I'm going to be building in. The SYF had sent me 2 boards back when I was having the problems with the GBAHD. So the 1.6 board here, this was the one that I was going to use for. Although the more that I look at it, the more I realize that there's probably less differences. Oh wait, 1.6. So there's a 1.7. Is the most recent. Well, so never mind. So I'm these are both the same. I'm one version behind, I guess. So I don't know. This is what I've got. I thought that one was newer than the other, but I guess not. Oh wait, no. Yeah, no, you're right. I don't know why I thought that. This is a version 1.7. So the bottom one is the newer one. The 1.6 is the top one, is the older one. So that's what now I remember. So this one, the older one was the one I was going to use for the GBAHD. And he did send me the, so I'm going to use this purple one in this build. And he did send me all of the matching. I've got a lot of stuff now, but he sent me the matching power board and the audio board as well. So I have all purple matching doodads. I've got extra stuff, I think, because I have several different versions of the so this version has HDMI output, but I also, way back when, Ben had a version of the HDMI from the screen that you could output through a Tang Nano 9K. So I think I had the stuff to build that as well. But obviously this is going to be cleaner than that, so I'm not even going to do that. But someday maybe I'll get around to it. But I'm going to have a full. Do I have batteries? No. Well, I'm just going to use stock batteries. I'm not going to use a because this is just a stock. Well, so the USB-C, I could power it through USB-C because I think this replaces the AC port, but I don't have any. I don't think it's required, right, to have any. It's like this is just a stock replacement power board thing. This is not like a rechargeable battery setup, I think. So I'll just have to use. I don't know. Is that worth doing? I mean, obviously not with this build, but yeah. Do I have the lithium batteries? Oh, do I need the? It has no power. It has no battery terminals. Oh, I see what you're saying. So you think he sent me the version for the rechargeable batteries? I don't think it has battery leads on it. I think it connects to the case that has. Oh, is you're saying I might be screwed? I might have to get that. Some. This is this is the power. Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah, look at that Game Gear LiPo power board. Damn. Okay, so I'd have to get the batteries too. I don't have the batteries. These are the battery leads. Oh, got it. That makes sense. Can't use this power board. Okay, so I'd have to get the LiPos. Huh. Well, we can assemble it, right? We might not be able to test it, but let's let me look that up quickly. Not that I mean, not I trust you guys. I just mean that would I be able to get those batteries in time? Let's see. This is SYF lithium batteries. Yes. Or is it like generic lithium batteries for this kit? Or maybe he calls them LiPos. Excuse me. So I have LiPo power board 1.6, so there's a 1.7. Pages / Game Gear power board. Yeah, that's what I found. Okay, so a 3.7 battery or USB-C. Okay, so I can test it through USB-C. I don't need a battery to get the build done. Oh, I see. So I would have to just buy the battery separately. Okay, so it looks like the 124, oh, the 124050 is the maximum size that plays. Or fits in there, I mean. So I don't know, from top to bottom. Oh, from AliExpress. Okay, so that's fine. So I could order these. Let's see, what's the brand? What's the model? Oops. What? Did it just? Oh, okay, that's why. What? Yeah, this mouse is broken. That's cool. It clicks, double clicks randomly. So I'm going to guess the top one is the recommended one. Yeah, this is it, I guess, SYF does make replacement. So, okay, so if you don't know the Game Gear situation is there's three boards. So there's the main PCB on this half of the shell. Okay, so that has just the ASICs, or like, you know, the game parts mostly, like the console parts, I suppose. Then the other half of the shell, oops. Actually, should I put this cool? Is this a vintage strap thing? I should put that strap thing there. That'd be cool. The other side has two other boards. So this one is the audio board because it has a headphone jack here. So there's a little mini headphone or audio jack here. Then on this side is a power board, so that's where you would charge, or you could run it. Well, obviously it ran on 6 AA batteries, but you could also power the system using an external AC adapter here. And that's the power switch. So Ben makes SYF makes a replacement for the original one, so that you could still use an AC adapter or even a Type C if you wanted to power it with Type C. But it still uses the normal AAA batteries, or AA batteries, sorry. So, but this particular one is the one that he sent me, which I don't know if he intentionally did that or not. The one that he sent me, the power board, is specifically for the LiPo batteries. It won't connect to the leads of the case to use the AA batteries. You don't need to, but who doesn't want twice the life? Yeah. You use the 104050s. Make sure the polarity of the connector is the correct. So the 104050s they're smaller, right? Does the 124050s actually fit in there? Well, so the L531 is the type that I need to look here. Okay, so they're $4 a piece. What's the type 374? Oh, they don't even sell those anymore. Okay, well. So I get 2 of these giant ass ones. They fit nicer, the medium size ones. Oh, nothing like oh, wait. I wasn't showing you guys what I was looking at. Dang, sorry. I don't see them first. So this is the L351. This is the largest size that fits in there. So 2 of those bad boys. Could I just type in 10 for whatever? Wait, so alterations, sorry, I didn't know what did you say they fit nicer, the medium size ones? So there's like small, medium, large sort of size? Oh, I see, they don't have the connector. It's just a PH, what is it? The JST PH connector? Oh, a ZH. ZH connectors. Oh, PH 2.0, ZH 1.5. $27. It's like a 10 pack probably. The 10 4050s fit better. Yeah, I probably figured. Well, how long ago did you buy them? Easylander? I'll see if I can find them because I'd rather have ones that fit nicer than ones that are just crammed in there. Oh, what's this? What's wrong with this? Oh, 99 cents. Perfect. Why are these 99 cents? Oh, they're super on sale. Okay, well I'll find that out. I would rather have the medium-sized ones if somebody can maybe eBay. Yeah, maybe eBay. Yep. I'll figure it out. I'll find them. All right, that's gonna do it for today, I think, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for sticking with us. Although we got a lot done. I think we got the we totally knocked out the GBAHD earlier. You guys could, if you're here, you checked it out. It's pretty cool. What's my regular stream schedule? Sundays and Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So today and then Wednesdays, and I'll be back again. If you follow me on Twitter, I know that's not a great way, but on Twitter I usually make an announcement. Sometimes oh wait, hold on. Never mind. Sorry, I got hyped up for nothing. Actually, maybe he sent me. Oh, for some reason I got another soundboard. So maybe I bought another soundboard for some reason. So I do have a second soundboard. I wish I had a second power board that didn't have the lipos. Maybe I do. Nope. I don't think so. That's sad. Sag. Oh well. All right. Yep, follow me on Twitter. I have a link. I think there's a link in the description. And I make an announcement. And just I generally post a lot. Not a lot. Well, actually this week it was like almost nothing because I was sick. But usually I like to, retweet projects that people are working on, things that I find cool related to retro. So if you really like retro, then you'll really like the stuff that I retweet because I pretty much only retweet retro stuff. All right. We'll be back on Wednesday. Thanks, everybody. Am I going to bring back the Yoshida? Yeah, I have to repair it. Not a vital repair, but I have some screw holes that were too loose, so I have to put some. I did 3D print. I have to put some super glue into them. I did 3D print the part that I need. Wesk designed an updated version of this bracket that holds the screen in there, so I do have to use this. So I'll probably do it off stream, just kind of bring it back to its stock. Well, not stock. I mean, bring it back to life off stream. So basically, the last stream that I featured the Yoshida, I'm gonna make it work like that again. But I guess of the saga of the Yoshida, is disappointment, I suppose, because there's no way to play and charge the Ishida at the same time. It uses too much power until the last thing for me to well, actually, there's a couple of things that I don't have on the Ishida that I still need to add to it. So there's the Bluetooth module, which allows you to pair Wiimotes. So if you don't have the Bluetooth module, then you can't pair Wiimotes and you can't load the Wii dashboard at all. Like, it won't boot. So that's one thing that I want to do. But then there's also the, what is it called? The M something chip, which is the real-time clock chip. That's another thing that I haven't done. So that's like a standard. It's kind of like an additional thing to add on to it, but it's like a standard thing that normally people add to the Ishida so that they get like the full functionality back. So I think that's real-time clock for like Animal Crossing and things. So that mixed with the, I can't remember what the name of that chip is. Oh, MX chip is what I was thinking of. So the MX chip and the Bluetooth module are like things I haven't added back into it yet. But because it doesn't play and charge, I think the only hope that it ever playing and charging would be to undervolt it using the Thunderbolt. So that's kind of out there still. That's like the last thing I haven't done. Actually assembling one of those is going to be super challenging. I'm not sure if I want to do that or if I want to just have somebody that has one of them made already and just buy one, because I don't know, maybe I'll just do it for a challenge, but it's called the MX chip. Yeah, so that's the last thing. Those are like the last three things. So the MX chip, because I have the original PCB that I cut out. I didn't cut the MX chip out yet, but so the MX chip, the Bluetooth module, and Thunderbolt. Those are like the last two things that I think that you could possibly do to the Ishida that I haven't done yet. So there is still open doors for stuff for the Ishida, but I needed a break for a bit because it's just a lot. and every time I get it, like I work in it, I just feel like I'm stripping screws, or like things are not like going back together super well. I mean, it functions, it works well, and actually with the direct drive board, which is what I did last time, the direct drive board for the screen, it works as like, it minimizes more wiring, like it makes more wires flex cable, so that's really good. That like helps for the stability of it a lot. So yeah, so that's what I have to say about the Ishida. So yes, I will be back with the Ishida, but probably not for a bit. I want to get some other things in the way. So all right, thanks everybody. We'll be back on Wednesday. We're gonna start the epic SYF Ben Ven Game Gear build thing, and then hopefully after that we'll be doing the HID man for the computers. So all right,